Now, have you got that Friday feeling? I hope so. But if not, my next guests are here to help you. Meik Wiking is the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute, and his new book, The Art of Danish Living, in it he shares his secrets to a more joyful life. And one of the happiest people you ever know is Dr. Amir, who is also here going to talk to us a bit about this. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
What a great job title. Is it on your passport?
It's not on my passport, it's in my contract, and I also asked to be called Lord of the Dragons and King of Hygge. So that's actually my official title.
I love it. Wow. Hygge. This
Yes.
is the term that has now seeped into British culture, but just explain what that is, because that has come across as like, this is how we stay. Danes are known to be some of the happiest people in the world.
Right. So I wrote something called the Little Book of Hygge, which is basically the art of creating a nice atmosphere. So it's about candles, it's about having dinner with your family, it's about basically the simple pleasures in life.
Blankets, being all cozy.
And I remember after I wrote about Hygge, there was a Canadian guy who wrote me that he had went out and bought some candle holders, and he started to light candles for dinner at home with his wife and children. He told me the boys started to light the candles for dinner. It became this ritual of wood and fire. And he says, most importantly now, their family dinners last 15 minutes longer. So the boys, they sit down, they talk about their day instead of just shoveling down the food.
And what is the sign? Because this is one of your tips. We're going to go, in your book, The Art of Danish Living, lighting candles is one of the tips, isn't it? You've got plenty of others, we'll go through them. But what is the science behind why dimmed lighting, candle, the flame flickering? What is it that softens the mood and makes things happier?
I think it's a human attraction to the fire. We can also see, I mean, this lighting, it's very good for TV, not so good for hygge. So
can we get some blankets in, please? I did ask for a candle, by the way.
If you have the candles, you have a softer, warmer light. That also makes people look nicer. We call it looking grotto fabulous.
Looking grotto fabulous. I love it. Now, you talk in your book about having a smile file.
Right.
Just explain what that is.
It's essentially just a file of things that make you smile. So it might be a complimentary email written by a colleague or a client, you know, a movie ticket from when you first met your partner, anything that can bring on.
Is it a physical file, or is it things that you write down in your notes?
It can be a physical file. I have a digital one. I know other people have a physical one.
And what's the purpose of it?
We tend to forget things that we actually did that made us smile, that we enjoyed. We remember remember the bad days far better than the good days.
We do.
So it's a really good exercise. You know, it's a way to have sort of happiness dividends from something you had in the past.
Yeah.
We also try to create something along the lines of a smile file in a happiness museum we created in Copenhagen, where we have asked guests to write down on Post-its what happiness is to them.
Well, you say that. So you say a smile file, and I've got something called a joy jar,
Brilliant.
Which is this. So we only just started it in the beginning of January. So on little Post-it, we have the Post-it notes. This is on our dining table. Post-it notes and those two there. And actually, it's got candles on it, which I didn't realise until just you were talking about candles there.
Well done.
But basically, for me and the family, just go throughout the year, just come and write down the small things that have made you happy today, or this, whatever. And we're going to remember the things that you've tackled and it's been difficult.
Yeah.
Dr. Amir, you're here, obviously. Look, emotions are normal. We're not doing that thing called toxic positivity. It's not you've got to be happy all the time, because that's the Instagram life. What we're saying is you feel all the down times. But how do people know if their sadness is just a natural reaction or whether it's actually dipped into something more serious, that it would be worth seeing a doctor about?
Yeah. So, as you said, sadness in itself is a normal emotion, and we'll all feel it from time to time, depending on the situation that we're in. But the important thing about sadness is that it is time-limited, so it should ease as time goes on.
And when you look at your smile file, you'll feel lifted.
Feel lifted,
right?
So you should still be able to enjoy other aspects of your life. Sadness itself, the deep sadness, shouldn't go on for more than 2 to 3 weeks. Now, depression is very different. It's not an emotion, it's a mental health condition, and it's more of a chronic illness. So you do get sadness as part of one symptom of depression, but then you've got a care professional.
And, of course, people don't want to go on tablets all the time and things like that, which I know doctors do prescribe. But there's another thing that you can be prescribed, isn't it, which is it social? I don't know if it's socialising?
Yeah. Social prescribing.
Social prescribing.
Yes, so this is something that the NHS offers. And if a patient came to me with a long-term health condition, with mild to moderate mental health issues, or have social social issues such as loneliness and isolation, then we can refer them to a social prescriber. Every GP practice in the UK should have access to social prescribers, and they can link them in with local activities, social groups, volunteering groups, that is individual to their social and mental health needs.
Mike, so your point is you don't have to be a Dane to be happy.
Not at all.
You can be happy wherever you are.
And the Brits are actually doing quite well.
Are
I
we?
think you're typically in the top 20 in the world happiness report with 150 countries. So
That's really good.
But I really like that. And in Denmark, we often talk about the ABC for mental health. I talk about it in the book as well.
Right.
So ABC stands for doing something active, doing something where you belong, so something together with your family or friends. And ABC, the C is for commit, so doing something meaningful.
Yes.
So, for instance, over the holidays, I went picking blackberries with my family. We're outside, we're active, we're together, and it's meaningful. So we're making jam the coming week. Yeah.
I love it. Super. You're talking his language
You are.
here.
I love being outside. You are.
OK, thanks so much. The Art of Danish Living by Meik is out next Thursday here.
Yes.
It's a lovely book to have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.